And welcome back to TMNtv News. I'm Alicia Fireherm, and the date is October 9th, 2023. First, we will start out with some international news and then move on to some on-campus news. Just over the weekend, Israel was attacked by a militant group known as Hamas. Following the attack by the group, there has been 700 Israeli people that have died. Republican Jim Jordan said that the United States' support will not go away in Israel's time of need. The United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken said that Israel needs to protect its people going forward. And after 3 years with them on pause, student loan repayments have started again this month. Experts warn that this might be a difficult and messy return to the borrowers who collectively owe more than $1 trillion in student loan debt. Over the summer, President Joe Biden announced a 12-month grace period to help borrowers who struggle after the payments restart. This means borrowers who miss payments won't be reported to credit bureaus, placed in default, or referred to debt collection agencies, but interest will still be applied. Betsy Mayotte, the president of the Institute of Student Loan Advisors, recommends that you research if you qualify for an income-driven repayment plan. This plan can adjust your monthly student loan bill to your family's income size and budget. For more information, visit studentaid.gov. After only 9 months in the position, Republicans in the House of Representatives have removed Kevin McCarthy from position as Speaker. This comes after Florida Representative Matt Gaetz threatened to oust McCarthy for helping Democrats avert a government shutdown. The removal of McCarthy was made possible by support from Democrats, with all representatives present and only 8 present from the Republicans. McCarthy is the first Speaker in history to be removed. In a conference after the decision, McCarthy said he will not be running again for Speaker. Republican Representative Patrick McHenry is now the acting Speaker and has declared the House in recess until both parties can decide on a path forward. A new law was signed into order in Michigan looking to detect lead poisoning in young children. Governor Gretchen Whitmer says that people know the importance of clean drinking water, but looks to protect 1 to 2-year-olds for test and lead exposure, and says that it is mandatory for 4-year-olds that live near higher levels of lead. Last year, the University Police Department issued nearly 5,000 parking tickets. While many of these tickets come from zone violations, University Police Chief Terry Pierce said that common traffic infractions are another leading cause of tickets. Here's what he had to say.
The parking on campus isn't any different than parking somewhere else, except for zones and permits. But there are certain things that apply just like they would in their hometown or wherever they're from. Don't park in front of fire hydrants. Don't park in a handicap stall unless you have a permit for it, you know. But that would be my thing, is that, you know, if they have a really large vehicle, you might consider not parking, you know, where it's going to be intrusive to the lane. Some of the really big trucks, you know, if they try to parallel park them, they stick out so much that, you know, they may be better off in a lot.
More on parking ticket trends on campus will be posted on tigermedianet.com later this week. Temperatures are wide-ranging this week, with a 28-degree difference between Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday will be the warmest day of the week, with a high of 88 degrees and a low of 61 degrees. Saturday will be the coldest day of the week, with a high of 60 degrees and a low of 33 degrees. Hopefully, the temperatures will start to even out in the coming weeks, but for now, we'll just have to keep an eye on things. As always, to stay up to date with this forecast as it changes, visit kwch.com. When we come back, Reagan Neufeld with sports.
We know you'll love what you see here on our campus in Hayes, America. With over 200 academic programs, small classroom sizes, and a 96% success rate, we will make sure you get the tools you need to succeed.
We are proud to offer you 120 clubs and student organizations, over 300 different intramural activities, and countless other ways to get involved here on campus.
As the most affordable four-year institution in the entire state, we are excited to offer you the best value in education anywhere. Not to mention our robust scholarship programs to help minimize that stress of paying for college.
We hope you enjoyed Tiger Nation, and we can't wait for you to see yourself here.
Good afternoon, I'm Reagan Neufeld, and this is the weekly sports update. Today we have reports on the top stories from here on campus, as well as from around the professional sports world. We'll get to those in a second. First, we'll take a look at the football team's win on Saturday. Playing in Joplin, the Tigers beat the Missouri Southern Lions 35-22 for their second win in a row. The win moves Fort Hays' record to 4-2, giving them one more win than they had last season, with 5 games left in the regular season. On offense, quarterback Jack Dawson threw for 242 yards and 1 touchdown to Shane Watts. Watts also scored a touchdown on the ground and led the team in rushing yards with 96. On defense, Fort Hays was led by Mikkel Williams and Sam Brandt, who each had 10 tackles. John Johnson was not far behind them with 8, and he also snagged an interception. The Tigers will be back in action this Saturday at home to take on Nebraska Kearney at 1 p.m. The cross-country teams had another successful outing on Saturday in Emporia. The women's team captured their third first-place finish of the season, led by Reagan Hodgson. Her top time of 17 minutes and 34.8 seconds broke the course record by 37 seconds. 4 other runners for the women's team finished in the top 8. On the men's side, Grant Bradley led Fort Hays with a second-place finish. 3 other Tigers finished in the top 8, giving them second place. Both teams will look to continue their successful seasons at the MIAA Championship on October 20th. The women's soccer team earned wins over 2 MIAA opponents this last week, beating Newman 2-0 and beating Central Oklahoma 3-0. The wins moved the Tigers' record to 8-1-3 and puts them in a tie for first place in the conference standings with Washburn and Central Missouri. The 5 goals scored in the 2 games came from Hannah Mayers, Montserrat Diaz, Riley Madden, and Skylar Forrest. The Tigers will look to break their conference standings tie on the road this week, playing Northeastern State on Friday and Rogers State on Sunday. And now for news from the professional sports world. Prior to Game 1 of the WNBA Finals yesterday, the league announced Thursday that it's expanding, with a new team starting competition in 2025. The new franchise is an expansion of the NBA's Golden State organization located in the San Francisco Bay Area. This is the first time the WNBA has expanded in over a decade. According to ESPN, the depth of talent in the league, which is currently capped at just 144 players across 12 teams, and the depth of talent in the NCAA is one of the reasons behind expansion. Over the next few years, high-profile college players like Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, and Cameron Brink are expected to join the league. ESPN also reports that a second expansion franchise located in Portland is expected to be announced sometime this year and would also start competition in 2025. As mentioned, the WNBA Finals started on Sunday, with the Las Vegas Aces beating the New York Liberty 99-82. The Aces are last year's defending champions, while the Liberty are looking to win their first championship after losing 4 times between 1997 and 2002. The big story with this matchup is the coaches. With Becky Hammon as head coach of the Aces and Sandy Brondello as head coach of the Liberty, this is the first time 2 former WNBA players have met in the finals as coaches. In fact, Brondello even coached Hammon in San Antonio 3 years as an assistant and 1 year as the head coach. Hammon also started her WNBA career with the New York Liberty, playing there for 8 seasons. Outside of coaching, what makes this final series interesting is how evenly matched the two teams are. Throughout the regular season, the teams either led the league or were second best in 8 categories. One of those categories is points per game, where the difference between the teams is just 3.6 points. Game 2 of the finals is Wednesday at 8 p.m., broadcasted on ESPN. Thursday, the Chicago Bears announced that legendary Hall of Famer Dick Butkus passed away at the age of 80. Butkus played all 9 years of his career as a middle linebacker for the Bears, recording 1,020 tackles and 22 interceptions. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1979, the first year he was eligible. In a statement on social media, the team said Butkus was someone who embodied what it means to be a Chicago Bear. He showed that just last month, posting a picture of himself at the Bears' season opener on September 10th, captioned, "Somebody give me some pads and a quarterback to tackle." The Bears got their first win of the season on Thursday after his passing, beating the Washington Commanders 40-20. And that is all we have today for sports. Until next time, stay up to date with Fort Hays Athletics on TigerMediaNet.com. When we come back, Alicia has campus news.
When you transfer to Fort Hays State University, you discover unmatched affordability, convenience, and powerfully supportive faculty and staff, all with a determination that matches yours. Complete your degree and leap forward in your life and career with Fort Hays State University Online, the best value in education anywhere.
Tiger Media Network is the student convergent media lab hub for Fort Hays State. We live broadcast all of Fort Hays' home athletic events.
Our program is a hands-on program where we give kids ample opportunity to do anything from writing stories to audio and video projects to sports productions to newscasts. The sky's the limit. We tell the students whatever they can think of or dream of, we'll find a way to try to pull it off to give them that experience.
I am a junior at Fort Hays State University and I'm a photography major. So I've done cameras, I've done tech directing, video board, a little bit of directing. I really enjoy being able to have an eye for that. It's something I've really enjoyed learning about through my 3 years here with photography. To me, photography and even just video and broadcasting kind of go hand in hand.
The future is with the kids, and the new tech gear that we have fits great into our educational model of a great learning environment for the students.
I really like the TriCaster. I like how you can make it as simple as you want, or you can go as complex as you need it to be. You know, you can pretty much do whatever you want with it.
It's a good experience. It teaches you how to work as a team, how to kind of lead things on your own.
Well, we wanted something when it came to giving our students opportunity that was going to be easy to use and applicable in a lot of different scenarios. And that's what we felt like with TriCaster and New Tech really offer. You get a really good experience and it's something you could easily get into.
When we pull off a great production or they provide a great replay angle for a referee in a crucial instant, that makes you proud.
Once you start working with the TriCaster, you can really understand exactly what's going on behind the scenes.
And now it's my favorite thing to do.
Welcome back. Last Wednesday, the Fort Hays Psychology Club and the National Alliance on Mental Illness hosted their second annual Walk for Wellness. Participants met at Frontier Park and walked along the dike. The event was meant to be a way for students to take a break, get outside, and connect with others. Our reporter Reagan Neufeld spoke with Psychology Club President Tyler Heese and NAMI on campus president Nevaeh Copenhaver about why students should participate.
too many of us spend too much time doing homework or worrying about any and every other thing that we could possibly. And so this is a welcome excuse from doing homework, for one. But for two, it's great to just get outside, walk, and care for yourself.
Yeah, I couldn't honestly, the main reason for me to do this, it's like, as students and just people and like just life, it gets so busy. Sometimes you kind of need that push to say, okay, I'm going to intentionally take a break and I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna connect with people and just move my feet and enjoy this great weather that we're having. Well, we still have it, to be honest. And yeah, just that's kind of the main reason we try to do this Walk for Wellness, is to just promote that.
More on this story can be found on TigerMediaNet.com, and more information about the Psychology Club and the National Alliance on Mental Illness can be found on their TigerLink pages. Last week was National Banned Book Week. To celebrate the freedom to read, Forsyth Library tabled outside of Tamanic on Wednesday, giving out banned book buttons. Students could also go on a blind date with a book. These books were wrapped in brown paper, so students could not see the title or cover information. The only information students had to make their book selection was the reason the book was banned. More about Banned Book Week can be found on TigerMediaNet.com. On Wednesday, Fort Hays students will have the chance to win up to $2,000. The Department of Management, in collaboration with the Collegiate Entrepreneurship Organization, is hosting a Venture Valley Collegiate Cup competition. Students will compete in a virtual entrepreneurship simulation, and the winner will take home $2,000. Second place wins $1,000, third place $500, and then fourth through eighth place will receive $100. 40 random winners will be awarded $50. This event starts at noon in the Peterworth Black and Gold Room of the Memorial Union. Over the weekend, the Gross Memorial Coliseum held the annual Your Voice Through Cancer craft show. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., shoppers could look through all types of homemade goods, from custom jewelry to freshly baked confections. All proceeds went to the Your Voice Through Cancer organization, a nonprofit that provides support, education, and resources for cancer patients. For more information, visit TigerMediaNet.com. Well Tigers is a new wellness initiative for faculty and students alike to improve lifestyle and add healthy habits to our everyday busy lives. TMN reporter Kerrigan Hutton spoke to Assistant Professor Emily Washburn, one of the main organizers of the project, to talk about what this entails for members.
So really the kind of the mission of Well Tigers is to provide a starting place in some cases for people, especially just our faculty staff. We kind of wanted to keep that separate from our students, just because there's so many times that we are all intermingled, and it's okay to kind of have that separate. So it's a way for some people to have a starting place on maybe ways that they do want to improve their wellness, and in other ways for people, it's a way for them to strengthen. Maybe they already do have some particular wellness things established and they want to strengthen those things. And so our goal is to provide the opportunities personally and professionally for people to either start, strengthen, and then continue wellness through the different dimensions. And so we'll look at bringing in different aspects of the physical side of wellness, the mental side, financial and social sides of wellness, and really try to focus in our programming to enhance that and to value it for our campus.
A full-length video will be uploaded later on TigerMediaNet.com. For one final story, McDonald's announced that they will bring back their famous McRib this year, starting in November. Last year, we reported on McDonald's deciding to discontinue the menu item. CEO Chris Kempczynski said the McRib is the GOAT of sandwiches on the menu. And that is a wrap on today's TMNtv News. To stay up to date with local, state, national, and international news, visit TigerMediaNet.com as well as our social media pages. Thank you for watching. I'm Alicia Fireherm, and we will see you next week.